Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another flip through. Okay, so we are in my July-August creative daily journal. Okay, now, if you want to know how I make my books, okay, I say it in every video, but just in case you're new here, welcome. Yes, I make my books, generally speaking, I make them out of composition notebooks. I expand the spine to 2 inches. I sew in 2 signatures. Each of my books holds 2 months. So at the end of the year, I have 6 books containing every single day of my life for that year. Okay. So this is my July and August, and this is where I left off last time in my flip throughs. I'm trying to get through these to be, oh, that's not even. Okay. I'm trying to get through these flip throughs for you so that we can continue on. Yes, and don't forget, if you like what you see, click that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified every time a new video comes out. So yes, I realize that you're probably seeing this video in, I don't even know, September or October. I am behind on my filming. Generally speaking, I just film whatever I'm working on at the time, pop it up into the queue, and that's what you see. But I'm trying to kind of backtrack a little bit, if you will, so that, yeah, I just need to get through these books and I want to do my flip throughs. Now, again, this is July 2020, and we were in Michigan on a most wonderful family reunion vacation. We had not been out of the state of Florida in 3 years, and it was absolutely just fabulous. Okay, so this is where we left off last time, and now we're going to move into this right here. Okay, so on this day here, I know that I had received from Recreations by Brooke her date stickers. Now, I was not at home, I was in Michigan, but it did come. I got a notification on my phone that it came, and so I love to, cut out her sweet little note and what I ordered and where I ordered it from, and of course she puts her beautiful artwork on the packaging. So I always cut it out and put it as a tuck spot. Oh, and I wanted to tell you too, if you had seen the last flip through of this book, I had said back here, where was it? I think it was back here, the day that we got there, we had actually booked a hotel about 20 minutes from Cousin Kevin's house in Michigan. And he said, no, you can stay at the house 2 doors down. And I think in the last video, I mistakenly said that it was his wife's in-laws place. No, that would be his mom's place, and that's not the case. So just to clarify that, we actually ended up staying 2 doors down from Cousin Kevin in his in-laws place, which is his wife's mom's and dad's place. Okay, so it was absolutely wonderful that we were able to just cancel our hotel reservations and stay in the neighborhood, 2 doors down. It was absolutely wonderful. Okay, so just wanted to clarify that. Okay, so this day here, I got a notification that my package from Brooke at Recreations by Brooke was sent, and every month I order her date stickers, okay? And I love them. And I will leave the link, of course, below to her YouTube channel, her Etsy shop, and her Facebook group, which is a totally fun group. So check it out if you have not yet. Okay, so we're still in Michigan on this day. Let's see. I'm not really sure. I guess I didn't write it down. Like, my husband was actually supposed to start work back home on, I do believe, this Wednesday. Yeah, the 8th. Okay, and we still weren't sure what was going on with that, so we ended up staying. And I don't know if I write about that or not, so let's just find out. Okay, so on this day here, my daughter and I took a walk into town, into their very small town, and it was beautiful. It was just beautiful, you know. So we got up, you know, early. I said, yeah, let's go for a walk, and we did, and it was wonderful. And it was already super hot out. So if you don't remember the last flip through, we were in Michigan, and I was anticipating like cooler weather than down here in Florida, and it was actually the hottest I have ever been, I think, in my life. Like, I don't even know what happened. It was so hot. I was swelling up like a tick every single day. I had no ankles by the end of the day. I don't know what it was, either humidity, lack of humidity, just different area of the country. I'm not really sure, but at any rate, we got up in the morning and we went for a lovely walk together. And it's just, it was so nice, right? Like, it's just a really small town, and where we live, we don't have that. Like, I live near a small town, but you could never walk to it, like, unless you had all day to walk, right? So it was super nice just to get out and walk into the town. We walked, um, yeah, just like all over the little town, you know, like we walked through a cemetery, we walked, um, in through and in and out of the neighborhood of the houses and stuff. And I don't know, like where I live, there are a lot of what do they call it, like housing divisions, where everything's cookie cutter. And in this area, which you rarely see down here, it is not cookie cutter. Like every house is different, and it's so each house is so unique. And so we just really enjoyed our walk together, and just seeing all the different homes, and the just different types. You know, there were Victorian homes, and some more, like, I guess you would call quote unquote normal homes, and whatever. It was just really nice. And one thing I noticed too is that, like, every house is like, their landscaping is like to perfection, you know, like a lot of them. So they really tend to their yards, which is not the case in my home. I don't tend to my yard. So yeah, it was just beautiful. And the town itself was beautiful. A lot of the stores were closed due to the whole world events and all that. But yeah, one of the places, I'm not sure if it was open or not. It must have been closed, was the library. I would have loved to have seen the library, but I don't believe it was open on this day. It was a Tuesday, so I don't know. But it was really great. And then Big Handsome had gone to the store because he was going to cook meals for the entire brood. Okay, and when I say brood, if you didn't see my last flip through of the beginning of my July, right? My husband has a humongous family, okay? Like, all, yeah, it is just big, okay? It's just big. So when you go to cook for a family of this size, it's like a cafeteria. Like, you need to cook a lot of food. So on this day, he was going to the store, let me see, to get pork and beans and rice. Okay, so he was going to make, my husband loves to cook. Y'all know he loves to cook. So he was going to cook Cuban pork with beans and rice, with black beans and rice, because up there, like, I don't even think that they have Cuban food. Like, I'm not sure. Down here where I live, Cuban food is on every corner that you go to. So yeah, my husband just wanted to cook them Cuban pork. And one of the funny things, like, I don't know, if you're from South Florida, you know what mojo is. It's mojo, mojo, like sauce, and it comes in a jar, and you just go to the store and you pick it up. Well, up in Michigan, they don't have mojo, so my husband had to make his own mojo with citrus, and it's like it's a Cuban cuisine, you know, and we eat it a lot personally, but you know, yeah, so he was gonna do that, and he made his own mojo, and oh my goodness, yeah, so he set it all on to cook in the slow cooker. And then, of course, Aunt Peg, I had mentioned her in the last flip through. She's 88. She's actually my mother-in-law's sister. And yeah, she came over. with one of her grandsons that cares for her, and we chatted at the barn, and I love hearing her stories, and it was so great too because she doesn't really make it out to Kev's very often, and Kev is the cousin that we were seeing in Michigan, so it was just a real treat to have her and her grandson come out and visit with the family. It was really great. And Kev's son and his wife came over for dinner as well as Kev's sister, one of his sisters and her family. And his sister lives like a block away, you know? So it's just nice, you know, because down here, like, and especially with my family is spread across, you know, like my late brother used to live in California. My other older brother lives in Georgia. My sister lives in Georgia, but we just don't get together very often, which is really sad. And, but they all live around the same area, and it's just really fabulous. So, yeah. So the Cuban dinner was a huge hit, okay? And a lot of the kids had never eaten yellow rice, okay? That to us is, I don't even know what to call it. It's just odd. So they loved it. They absolutely loved it and ate it up. Oh my goodness, yeah. And it was just a great ending to a wonderful day. And then our cousin Kev, his wife and beauty queen and we stayed up till after 1 a.m., okay? Just chatting and talking. All the kids had gone to bed, and we just sat at the kitchen table and just yammered on, and it was fabulous. One of the things that we yammered on about was that in the previous video, I had told you that I was talking to Chris, and I told her that I had a YouTube channel and showed her a few bits and pieces of it, showed her my Instagram and some of the things that I do, you know, in my time, you know, and she thought that some of her older girls would be interested in making journals. So we had planned the next day, which was this day, the 8th, Wednesday, July 8th, to make journals with the kids, with the older girls. They have 3 older girls. And so this is a picture of them. I just covered them up, you know, for the sake of their privacy. And they're in front of their fireplace. And I wanted to get this thankful because in the frame of the picture, because I was just so thankful. I don't know about you guys. I don't often get people in my life, immediate life, that are really interested in what I do, you know, and they were super interested. So I was super happy to share, you know, journal making with them. And so the very first thing we did was we made smush paper, which that's what this background here is. So we spent the morning making smush paper, dried it outside, and then I did my journaling on this little like note card, right? Yeah, over here on the side, you can see it. I didn't do anything on this page. This was the original page of my book. I love the picture of it. I didn't want to cover it up with stuff. So I just put a quote here, put July. This is from Brooke's sticker pack. Any talent that we have and do not use becomes a burden. Okay, so I guess that goes toward like my journaling and my passion for journaling, and I was just so thrilled to share that with them. So I got up at 8:30. Big Handsome and Kev went into town to pick up a big green egg, which was Kevin's birthday gift from his wife. So they had gone and done that. I had gone up to the main house and yeah, had a journal making session with the girls. And one of Kevin's sister's daughters, okay, so a niece, came over too. So I had 3 teenage girls and Kevin's wife, right? And so we were all making journals, and it was super funny because, you know, I mean, they don't have, like, they have an arts and crafts supply and stuff like that, but not necessarily to make journals. So I was like, okay, we're gonna need cardboard, like cereal boxes. So they literally went to their cereal box drawer, and we found 4 boxes took the cereal out and put it back in the cupboard and used the boxes. It was just so cute. So yeah, so we, you know, we made journals and they came out beautifully and the girls did a great job. We smushed the paper ahead of time and it took almost 5 hours. Okay, yeah, but I was in my element, let me tell you what. Okay, and then Mom Pa Squared were there. So then we hung out by the pool, and then, oh, this was when Big Handsome was talking about selling our Keys house and moving to Nettles, which is an area on the east coast of Florida where his parents have homes. So he decided, oh, and then this day here, yeah, so we were talking about all of that, you know, and of course his parents were thrilled that we might be looking for homes to kind of like quote unquote retire to in where they have homes. So that was exciting. More on that later. But, and then this was the day, see, on Wednesday the 8th of July, he was supposed to report to work. He had never gotten a call, never, I don't think he got any information that he was supposed to report or when he was supposed to report, other than they thought he was going to report on this day. And because we didn't get word, we were like, well, we have nothing, you know, like we have nothing planned. It's summer vacation. Why go home, you know? So this was the day that we decided that we were going to stay in Michigan until Sunday. So our couple days ended up turning into like a week and a half, and it was absolutely wonderful. I was so thrilled. So we had hamburgers for dinner, and then Beauty Queen and I walked the block that evening watching for deer and fireflies. It was like one of my favorite things was to see the deer come out in the evenings to munch in the fields and all around the neighborhood. You'd look up and you'd see a deer in somebody's yard. It was just, that's bizarre to me. Like, we don't have that here, so it was super fun to see. And then we stayed up late crafting with we stayed up chatting. We stayed up late chatting. Like, this became our kind of little tradition every evening. Like, all the young ones, you know, she would put to bed, all of her children, she would put to bed, do their devotions, kiss them goodnight, all that stuff. And then we would sit at the kitchen table drinking coffee and talking till the wee hours of the morning. It was wonderful. Let me tell you guys, I so need this, okay, in my life. So on this day here, I know you guys have seen this page. Excuse me. This is my beautiful husband, right? Can you see him? He's so cute. Look at him. Oh my gosh. And that puppy, which is not a puppy, that's one of the mama dogs. One of the mama dogs that our cousin breeds, and her name is Daisy, and she's a golden doodle, and she is beautiful. Oh my gosh. And my husband fell in love with this dog, and apparently the dog fell in love with him because they were pretty much inseparable, like, the whole time. Like, oh my gosh. And every day he would tell his cousin Kev, I'm taking her home with me. Like, I want this dog. I have to have this dog. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. My husband loves pups. He really does. So, and so that's why I cut out like these daisies. It was super hot out, and you know, Daisy here, Daisy here, Daisy here. She was just a doll and a half. And this is just notepads that I glued together. So, oh, and then Big Handsome was cooking again. So he got up and went to the main house and started cooking Spanish chicken for dinner. Another like cuisine that they don't get a lot of, I guess, up in Michigan. So yeah. And then I came up to the main house when I got up. And then the girls, two of the girls were there, and yeah, they just happened to be there, and I was like, well, do you want to harvest magazines with me? I brought some with me. And so, yeah, so they harvested magazines with me, and I showed them, like, you know, just pick out whatever you like and cut it out, and then you can glue it in the journals that we had made the day before, right? And so, yeah, they were happy to do that. And then this day too, I showed them how to make these right here. These little bins, trash bins, or bit boxes, or whatever you want to call them, that Allison from AJ's Inspired Life had taught me to do. And they loved doing them. And so that was super fun. And then let's see. Okay, Beauty Queen finally made it up to the house. She slept late, I guess. And then Big Handsome made us some yummy eggs and toast for breakfast. And then he, poor thing, he started to feel rough, so he went down to the barn to hang out. And Aunt Peg and her grandson came out to the house again and visited. Yeah. So that was, we just really had a treat with Aunt Peg coming out, because she doesn't normally like to leave home all that much. And she really pulled out all the stops on this vacation that we had. It was really great. And then my daughter and I went into town to get the fixings for blueberry dump cake. So yeah, we ended up having to go to 2 stores, but we got all the ingredients for it. And you just you get pie filling is what it is. You get a yellow cake, pie filling, and maybe some butter. And you just dump it all into one pan and you bake it. It's so simple, and it was so yummy. And then, oh yeah, while we were in the store, I had seen some decorative papers, so I got that for the girls to add to the journals that they had made the day before. And yeah, it's still sweltering hot here. I couldn't believe how hot it was. Every single day, my ankles turned into cankles. That very rarely happens here at home. I don't know what was going on. So yeah, I have swelled every single day while we were on vacation. So we had the Spanish rice, or Spanish chicken and yellow rice for dinner, again with the yellow rice. The kids ate it up like it was gold. Oh my word, everybody loved it. I was so happy. And Big Handsome was happy because he loves to cook. And no, you stay here, Jack. He loves to cook, and he loves to feed people, And but he was feeling pretty bad, so he took some meds and went to sleep. Okay, I didn't realize what meds he had taken. More about that in a minute. And then he went to sleep, and then Beauty Queen and I stayed at the house and chatted, of course, with Chris until after midnight. Then we went back to Chris's mom's house, which was just 2 doors down, and Beauty Queen and I stayed up and chatted until 3 in the morning. It was almost every single night we were there. We were up until the wee hours of the morning, just spending time together and chatting, and it was just lovely. I loved it. So on this day here, we got a little reprieve from the heat because it was rainy this day, a little bit of rain. And one of the things that will be so memorable to me at Kev and Chris's house is that they literally have coffee, hot coffee, all day, all afternoon, all night, okay? All the time there is coffee on, and it is fabulous, okay? Can I just tell you? So we drank coffee all the time. Oh my goodness. So this right here is just a little tag I made for my journaling, and I did actually get both pieces. This is a backing piece, and this is a napkin that I got from Allison in a Happy Meal. It was super sweet, so I just put a little quote on here. And this has to do with us staying up at night drinking coffee, which was fabulous. Can I just tell you, it was fabulous. Drinking coffee and just sharing time together, So one of the most sincere forms of respect is actually listening to what another has to say. And that's what we were doing. We were just sharing with each other. It was just me, Chris, and my daughter, and we're all teachers, and just, yeah, so much in common. It was just fabulous. So it was gloomy and stormy out, but it was a nice break from the heat, let me tell you what. And then, oh my goodness, Big Handsome slept until 8:30 today, which he never does. He's always up at, you name it, 11:30 the night before, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, you name it. He never sleeps until 8:30. Then I found out he had taken medication that just like knocked him out, okay? And after that day, I was like, never again, you cannot take that medication, no. And so anyhow, in the morning, he went up to the house because my in-laws were leaving on this Friday. My in-laws and one of our grandnephews. So they were leaving, so he went up to say goodbye to them all. I think we had said goodbye to them the night before. And then my husband went with Kevin into town to get some appliances for one of Kevin's rental properties. And Big Handsome was moving like super slow. And then they went, because of the medication, and then they went over to Kevin's son's house, and his wife was there. I'm not sure if his son was there, but his wife was there. And my husband was just like drugged, folks. He was like literally drugged. He was like in a daze, okay? And Kevin was just laughing at him, and his son's wife was like, is Scott okay? That's Big Handsome's name. Is Scott okay? And Kevin was like, oh, he's fine. He'll be fine. He took some medication. So Kevin was just laughing about it. And it was, now I can laugh about it. But at the time I was like, dude, what are you doing? You cannot take that medication. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So poor Big Handsome was like wasted all day long. All right. And then we had leftovers for dinner. And then, of course, again, we had coffee in the evening, and Chris and Beauty Queen and I stayed up chatting over coffee until midnight. And then Beauty Queen and I went back to Chris's mom's house, 2 doors down, and we chatted more and did not go to sleep until 3 a.m., okay? Oh, my word. Yeah. So that was fun. That was such a highlight. One of the many highlights of this vacation was that in the evenings after all the kids went to bed, the adults, would stay up and drink coffee and just chat into the night. And it was just beautiful. Now, on these pages, I did not get them done. And that's just the way that it's going to be. I might go back and do them. I might not. I don't know, right? So on this day here, which was a Saturday, okay, and we had decided that we would leave on Sunday. So, yeah, no more meds for Big Handsome, okay? Like, I drew the line then. And then Kevin's daughter and her baby came up from where she lives. So they drove up and had a visit, and everyone was just so excited to see her and the baby, and it was just really, really sweet. I have not seen her in 20 years or more. She was just young, a preschool age, I think. So it was just beautiful seeing her all grown up and being a mom and just all of that. It was really great. So we just hung out at the barn and talked, and then we talked about all of them, like, coming down here to Florida whenever they can, and, everyone's welcome, and coming to spend time in the Keys or going boating or snorkeling or whatever. So we talked about all of that. And then we had actually decided, remember I told you like back here somewhere, I can't remember when, but we had talked about, like, my husband was talking about selling one of our places and looking for a place where his parents have homes, which is on the east coast of Florida, like midway up. And so we were actually in touch with a realtor and trying to get homes lined up so that we could see them on our way home. And then Kevin, his wife, were like, oh, if you see something that we might like, give us, let us know. So we were talking about all that kind of stuff. I ended up going to take a nap this day. And then while I was napping, Kev took a bunch of the family out on the pontoon, out on the lake. And then we all got together at the main house for pizza, for dinner. And Big Handsome and I left shortly after that because we knew we were getting up super early the next morning to head home. BQ, Beauty Queen stayed. Yeah. And then on this day here, this was a complete travel day. Okay, complete travel day. Was it a Sunday? Yes, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So this was a complete travel day. We did stop at Zaxby's to probably have lunch, I guess, because lunch or dinner, one or the other, I can't remember. We actually traveled this entire day. Like, we got up at 3:45 in the morning. We left at 4:30 in the morning, and we did not, well, we made stops, of course, potty breaks and food breaks and, whatever, all the way home. But we traveled the entire, like, I think it took us 23 hours to get home, and we did it in one day. Yeah, just one whole day of driving. Okay. And so we left at 4:30 and we got home at 3:30 a.m. And yeah, we literally drove all day long, and we were supposed to stop in on the east coast of Florida to see these homes that we wanted to see, but those appointments ended up getting canceled. And then we were like, well, should we stay the night? Should we just keep going? And my husband had been driving for so many hours. And then my daughter said, you know what? I can drive. I can drive the rest of the way. It's fine. I stayed up the entire 23 hours because I don't really go to sleep very often when we're driving. And so when we got down into Florida, my daughter ended up driving the last 6 hours home, and we made it home finally at 3:30 a.m. And we just, like, literally, we came into the house, dropped our stuff, and went to bed. So yeah, oh my gosh. And this was funny. I have to write about this. We had a bathroom dilemma, and like, not kidding, don't ever stop in Micanopy, okay? In Micanopy, Florida. Yeah, just don't do it. Don't do it. That's all I have to say about that. Now I can laugh about it, but it wasn't funny at the time. Okay, this has gone on long enough, and I might get to these pages and finish them, and I might not, and that's okay. I'm fine with it if they stay like this, because I have so many other pages that I've done and that are complete and whatever. So thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for letting me share with you our wonderful family vacation. And if you want to see more flip throughs, go ahead and check in the description box. I will have a link to my flip through playlist, so you can go back and, like, set them on play and watch them all in succession, so you can just, I don't know, hear the whole life story of me and my family. So yeah, again, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I really appreciate it. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you see, and click that notification bell so that you can get notified the next time a video comes out. And yeah, have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to y'all real soon. Bye for now.